Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Crypto Corner, your crypto radar for all of the latest news, reviews, market analysis and tutorials that help you master the cryptocurrency markets. Well, today I'm going to give you some of the news because we haven't actually done the news in quite some time. There are a couple of things that I want to draw your attention to and point out here. I'm going to talk about NFTs and Banksy, one of the biggest topics from the last 24 hours. Also, we're going to talk about Bitcoin briefly, and I'm going to draw your attention to a new scam email that is being sent out to many people about Metamask. And if you are using Metamask, then at least you should be aware of that email. Maybe you received it already, maybe you've already seen it, maybe you not. And if you do receive it, at least I want you to know about it so that you don't fall for it, because it is a fake email. But first, let's start. Okay, you know what? First, let's start with that email because it's probably the most pressing issue that I personally find to be very important, because if you are a user of Metamask, then you need to be warned. So, and then we're going to talk about Banksy, which is another scam that happened. All right. So, this is the email. I actually received it probably a few days ago. I didn't really pay attention because it went into my spam inbox and everything. So I only saw it yesterday and or the day before yesterday, and I posted it on my Twitter, and I posted it as I made a post on YouTube, because on that day my internet connection was totally not happening, and I was using mobile connection, which means I couldn't really do a proper video. So I just made a post. But if you missed that, at least now you will be aware of it. So the email is basically claiming that you need to verify your account with Metamask. For people who are users of crypto for a long time, we know that Metamask is a non-custodial wallet, meaning that they don't collect any kind of ID or anything like that. You know, they don't really collect any details from you, meaning that there is no need to be verifying anything. But especially now with Binance asking users to verify their ID because of regulatory pressure, I talked about this in different videos. This is now an exploit of that particular issue. Clearly, the scammers are now counting on the fact that as people are seeing that Binance is asking users to verify ID, you know, many people will probably think that now MetaMask is also under regulatory pressure and they're doing the same thing. However, it's not the same thing, because Metamask does not operate the same way as Binance. Even though the email sounds like a legit thing, and it's, you know, it looks legit as well. I mean, everything they've done is making it seem like a very official standard kind of a email and everything. The worst part, and I mean the best and worst part, is that they actually used metamask.com as a domain. So the sender is I don't have it here, but it's something at metamask.com. And for many people who are, again, OGs, you know, users from a long time, they know that metamask.com is not the legitimate domain of MetaMask. But if you don't know that, and you see that the sender is actually info@metamask.com, or was it no reply at metamask.com? I forgot what it was, but it is at metamask.com. So it could actually seem to you like it is a legitimate email. And this is the first thing that I noticed. So I went, and this is my advice as well. Even if you get an email like that, and even if you think it is a legitimate email, just go on the official website of that, you know, whatever service it is about, and find that same message on their website. Because if it is an important message like this, where you have to verify your ID or something like that, it will definitely be mentioned on their website somewhere as a notification or as a message on their homepage or something like that. So I went on my Metamask, I logged in my Metamask, and I went in the notifications to actually see if there is such an issue, because they would alert me if that was the case. And I actually found this message in my notifications in my Metamask, and it says, important, if you've received an email from, oh yeah, it was no reply at metamask.com asking you to verify your wallet, please do not click verify your wallet. This is not legit. Metamask will never ask for your secret recovery phrase. So this is really the case. This is what's happening, and this is how you verify things like that. You always go on their website, and you find the official announcement that is on their website, not something that just came into your inbox. Because as you know, there are many ways now to mask your sender ID and stuff like that. So you can receive an email from someone that is looking like it is a legitimate email address sender, but it can still be a complete fraud. And this is the case with Metamask here as well. So I wanted to point this out. Let's now move on to some of the news. The next scam that happened was about a Banksy NFT, and if you are familiar with Banksy's style of work and everything, you would have probably noticed immediately that this was not a Banksy NFT. What happened is yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday, someone posted on Banksy's website, maybe it got hacked or something, this artwork, and claiming that it is now the first NFT minted by Banksy, and many people started tweeting it immediately. So, I think the first tweet that actually I saw about this was just asking the question, could this be real, and posting this artwork, saying that this appeared on Banksy's website. However, it was taken down from his website very shortly afterwards, but I guess they failed to put a notice that this was that they got hacked or something, and this is not a real Banksy's artwork, and someone actually went and bought it. So this was reported by Vice magazine. Someone bought this NFT for $340,000, but it's fake. So it's now confirmed that it is fake. It is actually in many different media outlets. It's this story right now, but it is in fact with a good ending. So the scammer actually returned the cost of this fake Banksy NFT. I think it was sold through OpenSea, and OpenSea is quite a huge company these days. I mean, it is the biggest website for selling NFTs, the biggest marketplace for NFTs, and I guess they actually took action about it. You still have to register when you are selling or buying on this website, even though I think for buying you can just link your Metamask wallet and buy it without much registration. However, for selling, they will have records of your IP address and other things. So I'm sure they found a way to actually trace it, and the guy who bought this fake NFT got his money back. But this is what actually happens when everyone is jumping on the NFT craze. People who have no idea about art are now buying artworks with a speculative nature just because they want to sell it later on for more money. And this is clearly the case here, because anyone who has seen Banksy's artworks, they know that this is not what Banksy does. This is pretty much a copy of a CryptoPunk, and then with a background, because CryptoPunks are usually not having a background, but CryptoPunks are literally these game kind of characters, all kinds of different gaming characters that look like this in different shapes and forms and colors and stuff like that, and they go for a lot of money. I don't really see a point of Banksy copying CryptoPunks. Banksy is quite an original artist in his own right, and he's doing mostly stencil type of art. Not only, of course, actually, I saw some installations by him and other things that are not exactly stencil art, but nevertheless, this by no means resembles anything that Banksy has ever done. And if he is to be minting his own NFT, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be something that has no relation to his previous artwork. If anything, it will be pretty much his original style and his kind of signature style. So anyway, my point here is that even if you are going to be buying NFTs with a speculative nature and you want to be buying them just to sell them later for more money, at least make sure that you are buying something that, research it well, get a bit of an understanding of it, and then buy it. So at least you know what you are buying, and you know why you are buying it, and you know that this is most definitely going to go up in price, because right now we are in a huge NFT bubble, and many people are buying NFTs only with a speculative nature. They're not buying them because they're interested in NFTs. They're not buying them because they're art collectors or anything that they really want with this NFT other than profit. And this is how people are going to get scammed, and this is how most of the people are going to lose tons of money as soon as this bubble gets burst. And up until now, NFTs have been growing immensely. At some point, there will come a point where the bubble will burst and they're going to drop in value. This could possibly happen when the whole bull cycle right now that we are in, it comes to an end and we top out of the market, and Bitcoin and everything else starts going into a heavy correction and in a bear cycle and all of that. Definitely NFTs are going to suffer when this happens, but it could actually be even sooner than that. It really depends on how this market will progress, because every bubble bursts at some point, and NFT is a bubble like no other. I mean, it resembles the bubble that we saw in Bitcoin in 2017, where everyone was buying Bitcoin without knowing much about it, without knowing why they're buying it. It went to from 7,000 it went to 20,000 in a matter of weeks, and and before that it was 3,000. So we can argue that it actually went from 3,000 to $20,000 in a matter of just a few months. And that was definitely a bubble-like behavior, and it was parabolic. It was exponential growth and everything, and it burst and it fell heavily afterwards, and it was falling for more than a year after that. So something like that will happen with the NFTs at some point. Even though NFTs are having a very good use case, still the fact that everyone is buying them only with speculative nature is calling for a huge correction in the market at some point. It will come, and when that happens, it will be a huge drop. So many people will lose money because they would have bought some of these NFTs at the peak. So you have to be very careful when you're buying into things, especially if you don't understand these very well. I've already talked about understanding everything that you're investing in, including cryptocurrencies, of course, and hopefully you are already understanding cryptocurrencies thanks to my videos and everything that I've done. I published my Learn Crypto book, where I talked about the nature of cryptocurrencies and blockchain and all of the basics, things that you need to know if you're buying any cryptocurrency. So hopefully you already have that book, about cryptocurrencies. I haven't published a book about NFTs because it's not really my area of expertise. I follow NFTs and sometimes I invest in NFTs also with a speculative nature, but I mint my own NFTs mainly because I'm also doing artworks, and that's what I'm really interested in NFTs. But I'm not really trading NFTs like crazy just to speculate and make money, because I understand cryptocurrencies better than NFTs, so I trade cryptocurrencies. Anyway, by the way, before I move on to the next topic, which will be Bitcoin, and one of the projections about Bitcoin, what's it going to do towards the end of the year, which is a huge projection. A quick announcement, a quick reminder that in the next few days, I'm not going to tell you exactly when, I'm going to choose the winners of my crypto giveaway. 5 winners, guys, 5 prizes, Ledger Nano S being the top prize. This is one of the most popular hardware wallets on the market, and everyone wants to get their hands on one of those. So make sure that you leave as many comments and likes as you can from this video back all the way to May. Actually, I said in my previous video that it was June, but as I started checking videos right now, I found out that I actually announced this giveaway towards the end of May. So everyone who leaves comments from the end of May throughout June, July and August is qualified for this giveaway, and the one with the most comments is actually going to win the Ledger Nano S. Then we have prizes in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and XRP being the top cryptocurrencies. Actually, I should have probably included Cardano instead of XRP and Litecoin, because they're no longer the top cryptocurrencies. But anyway, I will stick to this for the moment. In the next giveaway, I will include Cardano and maybe Solana or something else. So you have to leave likes and you have to leave comments, and this will qualify you to win one of these prizes. And I will choose 1 or 2 winners by random, but most of the winners will actually be according to whoever left the most comments and likes on my videos. So make sure that if you forgot to leave comments on some of my videos, just go back and leave the comments. The easiest way to do it is to go on my channel, to go on my playlists, select my Crypto Corner playlist, and just play all of the videos, and then you can just skip to the next one and the next one and the next one, and this way you will see which is the video that you forgot to leave a like and a comment, and just do that now, because you will qualify even if you go back and leave comments on, you know, earlier videos right now, because I already saw that some people are doing this and I cannot stop it, and I'm not going to disqualify them for doing it, because at the end of the day they are leaving comments and likes, and it's genuine comments and likes. Of course, I would disqualify spam comments, so anyone who is leaving spam is not going to be counted in this giveaway. So this is it, guys. Now let's move on to the last topic for today, which is this one here. Willy Woo, who is a very prominent crypto analyst indeed, says that Bitcoin will go nuts starting in November. Well, to be honest, we already know that. You don't really need to be a genius to know that Bitcoin goes nuts every November. If you look at November, in fact, hold on, let me pull my chart. I have a chart of Bitcoin that I did, and there we're going to actually see that. This episode of Crypto Corner is sponsored by PrimeXBT, an award-winning multi-currency trading platform which offers access to hundreds of assets, including cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, EOS, Cardano, and many more, hundreds of forex pairs, commodities, metals, oil, gas, and others, and indices such as S&P 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and many more. To provide the highest level of liquidity and instant order execution, PrimeXBT aggregates feed from 12 industry-leading exchanges and feed providers. They have 4 base currencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, USD Tether, and USD Coin, plus their native COV token. Most importantly, PrimeXBT is the exclusive home to co-vesting, a peer-to-peer copy trading module that features a 5-star rating system and global leaderboard that supplies followers with the success and risk metrics that they need so they can make informed decisions about which strategies to follow. This is an automated trading feature that allows novice traders to leverage the skills of more experienced traders and collect profits in a very hands-free and kind of a done-for-you type of a system. It's all done on autopilot. Once you start copying a trader, all of the trades that they execute are being also executed in your account. You don't have to do manually anything, and you can always stop the copy trading at any point that you want. I have been testing this service already, and I shared with you my experience in this video, and also I did a very thorough video on PrimeXBT where I explained all of the different features of the exchange. You will find these links in the description below. What I really like about this exchange is the fact that you don't have to share your ID or any other sensitive data with them. KYC is optional. It is not obligatory, and they have some of the lowest fees on the market, which I also really like. I also have a welcome bonus code that is in the description, so give it a try. Make sure that you use the links in the description below. Okay, and here it is. So as you can see, over the last 10 years, November has been one of the best months for Bitcoin alongside April and May. So in November, we've had actually in the last 10 years only 3 negative Novembers and then 7 positive Novembers. That means that we closed the month on a positive ROI. We started the month at a lower price than what we ended with, and this is not something that happens very often. We've got that with February. That's another month that is also historically very good. We also have that in April, and we have that in May, and then November. These are the only months where we actually have 3 negative years in the last 10 years and 7 positive. So it is actually common sense that we should expect November to be a positive month for Bitcoin. Of course, nothing is set in stone. It doesn't mean that it definitely has to happen, but it is surely a very likely scenario that we can expect November to be good. Towards the end of the year, actually, Bitcoin usually picks up unless we have a bear cycle. So definitely November is going to be a good month, but let's just quickly see what Willy Woo is saying here. So during an interview on a recent episode, which was released at the end of August of What Bitcoin Did podcast, Willy Woo said that the long-term holders and institutions, those with wallets holding Bitcoin dormant for at least 5 months, were approaching a peak accumulation. who called the accumulation for Bitcoin a motorcycle thing and said that it occurred during both the 2015 and 2019 price bottom. Actually, yesterday we looked at one of the charts that we looked. I looked at 10 charts of Bitcoin and one chart for Ethereum. One of the charts was the more than 1 year holders of Bitcoin. Now here we're talking about a slightly different statistic, this with wallets holding Bitcoin for at least 5 months rather than a year, but it is a similar statistics. So he said that we're moving into a peak, and we will be at the peak at current rates by next month. That means peak accumulation. According to Wu, a period of peak accumulation would lead to short-term sideways trading before generating another price run. This is what we're actually currently experiencing. He highlighted last October's price run that started at 10,000 before ultimately taking Bitcoin to its last all-time high above $60,000. Using the crypto assets' historical price movements, Wu predicted the next run would start in November, saying that this thing is going to go nuts. Wu claimed on-chain data was indicating a different bull run for Bitcoin compared to previous cycles, saying it was less likely to end a single massive surge. He said that data from investors indicated the boom and bust cycle will not likely to repeat, and downplayed a December sell-off that has historically followed each of Bitcoin's previous price tops. Now this is very interesting because unlike what we are usually experiencing with Bitcoin, which is going into a bull cycle and then followed by a bear cycle, he's actually under the opinion that this time we're not going to see a big bear cycle following this bull run, meaning we're going to have a bull run, we're going to peak, but after that we're going to correct, just a sort of a regular correction rather than a proper bear cycle. And a regular correction could be anything between 40 to 60%, but last bear cycle actually took us to more than 80% correction, and he's not expecting this. Now I must say that many people have different opinions, but different analysts will point out different statistics and different indicators and stuff like that. So we can never know exactly who is right and who is wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens with Bitcoin, because we actually have now institutional investors, and institutional investors don't really like to trade. They don't really take advantage of market moves like this. So we actually have a lot of Bitcoin that is locked in sort of long-term holders, in wallets that are not going to move it even if Bitcoin drops to 40 or 60%. And we saw that in the last correction throughout May, June and July, when Bitcoin corrected to about 50-something%, and some of the altcoins actually corrected much more. But Bitcoin corrected by more than 40%, and most of these institutional investors did not sell. If anything, they actually bought. They accumulated more. They did not sell. And this is very important, because this is very different from the retail investor, who is the first to panic sell. And as Bitcoin starts going down, you see a lot more selling going on from retail investors. This is what actually happened during the last bear cycle. As Bitcoin started correcting in late 2017 and especially in early 2018, we saw a lot of panic selling going on, and people started dumping their Bitcoin, and that just accelerated the dump of Bitcoin. The price really dropped significantly. Now, as we have more institutional investors in the game, they're holding Bitcoin. A lot of them are not going to sell even if Bitcoin starts correcting heavily, and that actually helps Bitcoin to maintain a price above certain levels and not really drop to 80% correction as what happened during the last bear cycle. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a minor bear cycle this time, and not anything like what we've seen previously. But only time will tell. In any case, I will be happy if we don't actually go through a heavy bear cycle like last time. It will actually keep me busy, because during last bear cycle no one was interested in videos, and this is when I was focusing on writing my book, and I did the trading jargon and crypto jargon series. I did 30 videos of crypto jargon where I explained all of the terminology, the most commonly used terminology that you see in videos and on online social media, everything. I did my crypto jargon A to Z dictionary. All of these things I was able to do during the bear cycle, because because there wasn't really that much to talk about on a daily basis in videos. And I'm actually eager to have another bear cycle so that I can, focus on doing other things other than just videos. But if we don't see a bear cycle like that, I will just keep doing the videos, guys, because I know you want to see them. I know you're eager to watch these videos and to get all of the information that I present to you. So thank you for watching this. Well, this is everything for today's episode of Crypto Corner, everyone. Thanks for staying until the end of the video. I hope this brings you value, and if it did, please share it with someone else who will benefit from the information that I presented to you here. Show your support by leaving a like and a comment below. And please ignore the spam comments. There's loads of this, unfortunately. As my channel grows and gains more popularity, I get a lot of spam. I would never share my phone publicly or invite you to WhatsApp me. So these are scammers, don't reply to them. Also, make sure that you check out the links in the description below, where I list all of my top crypto services, exchanges, wallets, my top charting tools for market analysis, and my 2 ebooks. Learn Crypto, the ultimate beginner's guide to investing in cryptocurrencies, where I share with you everything that I've learned in my 6 years in this industry, and Crypto Jargon A to Z. This is my complete crypto dictionary with almost 1,000 terms and acronyms and trading slang that you should know. It's an Amazon bestseller and it's now in its 3rd edition and at a super low price offer as well. If you want to be on my mailing list and receive my bi-weekly crypto newsletter, the link is also in the description below. Trade carefully and stay profitable.